The good news is they got these benches all over the place in this wood. Sherrard Park Wood. It's in Welwyn Garden City. It's about 20 minutes drive from my home. It's a much bigger wood, so I thought by coming here it would open up more opportunity for me to capture something new. Much wider open spaces, as you can see here, and it didn't disappoint. There was a lot more shrubs and ground shrubs around for me to photograph. I've come across these evergreen, I suppose you call it. It's like a Christmas tree. I've got the sun in that direction and it's backlighting the spikes, as it were. So I thought it'd make a nice shot. Backlight, I think, on plants like this, or most flowers really, backlight I think is a really cool effect. And that was my hope with this shot. I knew it was direct sunlight, but I wanted to use the light to make that backlight effect, and you can sort of see it here with some of the bokeh. All these pictures were edited in Lightroom only, not in Photoshop, and I changed the aperture quite a lot to play around with the depth of field. Not fantastic pictures, I know, but it was a good experiment, and they're not that bad overall, considering it is just like a Christmas tree. I also moved the camera around to get different perspectives, so this is like a side light of that, the backlit effect. Yeah, I just finished taking some of those shots on that Christmas tree thing, and I noticed I was getting a few blowouts on the wooden parts, mainly because I'm shooting backlight from the sun. So I had to switch off my auto ISO and then play around with the shutter speed to make it a little bit underexposed, because it's easier to brighten than it is to darken in post. So, but yeah, I think that come out alright. You've probably already seen them, those shots. And yeah, so we'll move on. Okay, I've come across these little bushes. I don't know what they're called. I'm really bad with names. If I can find out the name, I'll put it up on screen. But there's just so much of it here, so it's unlimited composition. So I've just settled on this one for now because it's got a little bit of sun on it, a little bit of light, but not too much, and so it's not going to blow out. I'll see what I can get from it. It's more than I was getting in the other wood, Hadley wood, and I can see a composition down there, but I'm going to need to get really low for it. So I'll see what I can get from here, and I'll put them up on screen if they're any good. Actually, I'll put them up on screen even if they're not any good. That's what I do, innit? So yeah, I'll crack on. As you know, I will always show the bad pictures as well as the good, because I believe that by showing the mistakes, we can learn from them. We'll learn from my mistakes. Here I was shooting through the plant because I thought it would make a good effect. But the problem here is there's no point of interest. Nothing really stands out for the viewer to look at. I thought that was what was drawing me to this spot, but it wasn't. I kept repeating the same thing again, trying to shoot through the plant to get that nice blur. But there's no real point of interest for the viewer to look at. Someone looking at the picture, it's like, what am I seeing? In this picture, there is something for them to look at. There's the colour. It looks a bit like corn, and it wasn't too bad. But we can learn from these mistakes. Look at this tree. That'll make it, I think, right, there's a shot there. The only thing is though, today in my head, I've been thinking about the 35mm macro camera lens, and I'm debating whether to swap my lens over to the 75 to 300 or something. Try and get this tree a nice compression or something. I don't know. I haven't got a wide angle lens. Well, sure, I have got a wide angle lens, the 22. No, I'll stick with, because I'm trying to get used to this lens, because I had issues with it, didn't I? Anyway, this wood was quite refreshing. I didn't even need to wear my boots, because it wasn't like muddy like the other wood it is, and so it must have better drainage. There's so much more shrubs here and things to, you know, get the old juices flowing with the interests, you know, possible shots and all that. Although on hindsight now, looking at the pictures of the last segment there, I wasn't very happy with it, and I will return to the wood. And this wood also has park benches all over the place, like it was specifically designed for older people or people with bad heart conditions. So that was quite refreshing as well. And I did make full use of the benches provided. Well, it's a huge wood. There's no way I'm going to get to see the whole of this wood. I'm going to have to do it in bits. But that earlier with that little brush stuff on, you know, that plays to plants, you'd never get that in Hadleywood. I can imagine that in summer. It'd look amazing. And that tree, I'm going to get a picture of that once the colour sort of comes back. Yeah, that will look amazing from a low angle. Oh, yeah, very good. I've returned to the wood to try and get those shots again. Never give up, eh? Never give up. Anyway, we're going. I'll bring you with me. Sadly, my microphone stopped working today, and even when I thought I fixed it, it still didn't work, so oh well. I returned to the spot of those flowers, which I think are lavender, out of season lavender, I don't know. But the reason I returned is because I forgot to ask myself the golden question: what drew me to them? I thought it was just the particular flowers, but I think it was more of the sheer number of the flowers, of the plants, the way they were all bunched together. And so that's what I focused on in these shots. I tried to capture the sheer number of the shrubs, and I thought I'd include that tree that I liked as well in the shot as a focal point. I was using the 35 macro again because I'm still trying to learn the lens, but now that I've got used to the lens, it's just like any other lens really. It is quite a good lens and I quite like it, but I'll probably switch to using my other lenses now that I've got used to it, and just use it when the shot dictates to use it. I moved around a lot on this little shoot here to get different angles, and I tried to eliminate things. There was a few trees in the corners of the shot that I wanted to eliminate, and that's why I was moving around. The gear head really came in handy for this because I was able to move the camera up slightly and down slightly, and it really did come into its own. I loved that gear head. Yeah, so I pretty much enjoyed this shoot. It was about 8:30 in the morning. I came early, but the wood was still quite packed with dog walkers taking their dogs out. Yeah, so it did pay off moving around. Normally that's quite new for me because I tend to forget to do this, moving around, but it's all part of the learning curve, I think, and it pays off to move around a lot. Anyway, yeah, so that wraps up this shoot really, and if you got this far, thank you very much. It really is encouraging when you press the like button, so press that like button, and remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to subscribe. because that's really motivational for me and gets me out my door, because I could spend months indoors. I hope this encourages you to get out as well. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you next time.